Well, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
It's nice to see you back in the saddle.
Back in the saddle. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Here I am.
I had to explain to everybody on Tuesday you're
That I was not coming in.
no.
Nope.
And then later in the evening you texted me not to tell me that you were better, but that you really were sick and you weren't just trying to skip council meetings.
It wasn't just, yeah, because that's the other thing I could have been doing was just like, it's another council night.
I'm sick.
I'm sick.
Speaking of that, they asked
Yeah.
for a doctor's note.
Did they?
No, they were fine. They took my word for it.
This time.
This time.
This
right.
time.
Don't let it happen again.
Don't let it happen again. Very good.
Yeah,
Very good.
so I'm
Well,
glad you're
how are
feeling better.
you?
Just on the run,
Just on the run today, huh?
We did a vow renewal of
Yeah, that's exciting.
one of our members, been married for over 25 years.
Okay.
And they also have flowers this weekend, so when they come to church on the weekend, we get to celebrate them again. But we
Celebrate that.
But
That's
we
great.
did a vow renewal and worked on, believe it or not, finances. Because we had a meeting yesterday with our accountant.
Accountant was in
Yep.
yesterday.
And so
An accountant Wednesday, if
Yep,
you will.
it was. And so our bookkeeper works with our accountant, obviously. And I had talked to our accountant about a couple of things. And so she worked on those and reported out to me today. So I looked at that stuff. And then we're about at the ending point with our new security system.
Okay.
So that's in process now as well. And so we got that and writing a sermon too.
Gotta write a sermon.
Yeah,
The weekend comes up fast.
it does. It does. So I got as far as the introduction so far, kind of thinking things through. So
Okay, so it's sometimes it's nice to have that ball rolling.
you know
during
what
the
I'm
week.
talking about.
Yeah.
Because
Sometimes it winds up changing, but you know what? It's always good to have that rolling.
yes, because I don't know if you agree with this, but the way you said it, I think you will. Getting going is always the hardest.
Mm-hmm.
Cracking the egg is the hardest part of the sermon.
Yeah.
Getting into it.
Yeah.
Once you get into it, things start to move, and God gives direction in that once you get rolling. But it's probably the same thing that all writers have. It's like it's not once you get going because things. It's just
Yeah.
typing those and getting those first,
Yeah.
getting
Yeah,
into
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
So I'm into it. So I feel good that even I'm not going to finish it today, but finish it tomorrow. But like even just to get going is like, okay, now we're going somewhere. We got a trajectory. So,
That's good.
and I already have an outline of what I want to do anyway. So that helps. So
Yeah. Yeah. Very good.
yeah, so we got that, and I got things cooking at home. I got another AC appointment for the house. We got some unresolved AC issues, and
So this is beyond just the regular tune-up
Yeah.
and make sure everything's all
and
set.
before
This
it
is-
gets too hot, because things weren't working quite right. I mean,
Well,
nothing
then I'm-
catastrophic, but like
I'm glad we had this cool
yeah.
down then.
So, one of our people here, who we trust implicitly, came out and
Mm-hmm.
started digging deep, and he's like, "There's just something not quite right," and he needed to come back. So he was already out once, and he's coming back tomorrow, and that's good. While I'm writing my sermon, he can. I'm home, so he can work
He's
on stuff,
allowed
and I'm
to
be around.
be
So,
around.
yeah, so we got that going, and there's also a bunch of other stuff that Rachel says to me because she has a list of things at home, not at home, but like personal business, and she was like, "Don't forget these are the things on your list." So she's my she keeps me accountable. So she's like, "Don't forget these 3 things that are yours." She has her own stuff, and I'm like, "Yeah, we got." She said, "Man, we need 2 days off a week just to handle personal business," so which we don't either of us have, but.
But yeah, just to handle it all. Yeah, that's life, isn't it?
It is life. So, but believe it or not, the 4 things I was able to follow up on those 4 things today, and got responses for all the things that I needed to get responses for. So So I actually checked all the boxes today. So that doesn't happen very often
No, it's nice when that does though.
when that does happen. So, yeah. So all sorts of things. We mentioned. I don't know if I mentioned it on Tuesday or not, but we are starting a sermon series on Paul's letter to the churches. It's not a church, but the churches of Galatia or Galatians, right?
Yeah.
And at first, as I'm thinking about this, you might look at when you start listening, you might think to yourself, well, this is interesting historically, but everything that he talks about, including in the first chapter, which is what I'm dealing with on Sunday, are all things that we do. Maybe differently, but it's the same method. We do the same things.
Interesting.
And
yeah,
so,
that's interesting.
so at first you might go, well, this is really fascinating history of what they were dealing with, and you go, well, strip away the issue specific and get to the theme of what that issue is, and guess what? We do it too. So there's actually some learning that we can do as a church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so we're I'm looking forward to doing something different, and then believe it or not, after that, I think we're pretty close to KCLC radio because we'll be in the midst of summer.
Yeah. Well, we are
Yeah.
right around the corner. We'll be at June
Yep.
before we know it,
Yep.
and then
Which means this, and although he's not on camera, folks, I can assure you that Philip Fortenberry is in the room. Philip, we need to start talking about songs and people even next Tuesday. Just to start, just to map some things and start thinking about it. So
some series take a little more prep than others.
yeah, when
so.
you have to arrange for people to sing at all four services, it is it's a lot. I mean, even when we did spirituals, you couldn't just say, well, at 9:30 we're doing spirituals and everybody else is doing something different. Like that doesn't work, right? So it takes a little bit more logistical work. So we're going to start at least mapping out a few things so that we're not scrambling at the end to like, oh, we got 2 weeks. We got so we should start doing that. So yeah, so that's kind of the lay of the land, and people in your house feeling better because it wasn't just you.
No, it went through my kids, or one of my kids brought it home the last day of school, and then just kind of snowballed from there. But I think everybody's on the mend. We're all.
And I saw your wife had a birthday.
She did.
That's very
She had a
nice.
birthday yesterday, so that was great.
Good.
And
Lots of gifts given, I hope.
we had gifts given, and we had all kinds of. It was good.
Good.
It was good.
I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. And then next Thursday is when you leave for the mission trip, right?
Yes. So in 1 week, we'll leave for the mission trip. So then I'm around this weekend, but then the following weekend, I'll be with the youth group in Southern California.
Southern California, and that's like 5 days?
4 full days.
4 full days, but travel then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Good. And then once you get back, guess what? I got to go to Synod Assembly.
Then you head off to Synod Assembly.
Yep. So
Which is kind of the way the summer has
we're
has
trading
gone.
back
We
and
kinda-
forth with stuff.
There's stuff that goes back and forth, and your schedule's a little bit different than some of your
other years.
other years.
Synod Assembly is the one thing work related that I need
Yeah.
to do and show up to our annual meeting. It's a business meeting, but it's a faithful meeting of all the churches from St. George all the way down to Tucson. So all of Arizona, but Vegas and St. George.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Pahrump too, of course, but we're the small northern contingent, so up here in what we are
Yeah.
called the Colorado River Conference. So
The Colorado River Conference.
yeah. So, but I get to go to the cool building located at Love of Christ Lutheran Church in Mesa. They have that really cool
They do.
multi-purpose
It's a great space.
multi-purpose room space, and every time I go there, I always go to Pastor Steve and go like, "You have the coolest room."
It's great.
I would love to
do
move
like
that room up here to our property. Just pick it up and move it over here, but I don't think he's gonna let me have it.
You can always ask.
I know, right?
Keep asking.
I'll keep asking. So,
Yep.
anyways, are you ready for a song?
I'm ready.
That was pretty definitive.
It's definitive. We're ready.
So, hopefully, what we're about to show you, because I didn't verify this with Ashton behind the scenes, is from 11 o'clock.
Before the sermon,
before the sermon. Yeah, good. Thank you. I know you can't hear it, but I just got verification that it is the correct video.
Okay.
Well, the correct song that I wanted. And it is a song written by our own Robbie Wingfield.
All right.
And so let's take a listen. We'll talk about it when we come back.
You call the hungry and thirsty. You call the timid and meek. Though we might not know where we're going, we find what we seek. You call the saint and the sinner, the empty and wholly replete. Jesus, you stand with your arms laid wide open. Your love is complete. Your will above all, I know you can set me free. Let your voice, like a call in the silence, speak into me. The mountains may fall and hills roll on endlessly. Here I am, send me now, I am yours, I'll answer your call. Here I am, send me now, I am yours, I'll answer your call. I'm no longer waiting for signals. In my trials, your mercy appears. I'm leaving my old ways behind me forever. My purpose is clear. No, I'm no longer waiting for signals. All the signs I've needed, you've shown. Today is the day you made. And Lord, it's my life. You saved. Your will above all, I know you can set me free. Let your voice, like a call in the silence, speak into me. The mountains may fall and hills roll on endlessly. Here I am, send me now, I am yours, I'll answer your call. Here I am, send me now, I am yours, I'll answer your call. I hear your call. I hear your call, Lord, I hear your call, I will answer your call. You call the hungry and thirsty, you call the timid and meek, I hear you calling me now, I'll answer your call.
There's something touching when one of our own writes a song,
Yeah.
and you know, obviously we have two choices. We have Keith Thompson and we have Robbie
Yeah.
Wingfield, and of course Allie too. Allie wrote a
She
song that
has.
we did.
And yeah.
But there's something very personal when it comes from somebody you know. You know, if you remember, Philip, on Tuesday, I put Keith on writing another song, if you remember, in our worship conversations. So we'll see what happens with that one. So, but and we didn't have the backup on this, but if you were 11 o'clock, he said that, and Saturday night, he was saying that, recollecting back in 2021, he's like, man, I need to write more. So he reached out to me and he's like, "What are some of your favorite chapters, verses, that sort of thing?" So I just gave him a handful of things. And I know how writing goes. We were just talking about writing sermons. I'm like, I'm not following up on this. I'm not going to say how's it going,
Right.
Because sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't, right?
That's the way it goes.
Yeah. So let it go. But then he had gotten this one kind of finished, and Robbie's telling this story, so I'm just relaying since we didn't have it in here, and he just kind of put it away.
He didn't feel like it was complete. It was just
Yeah, just almost there, but not quite. And then he was talking, and then on Sunday he was talking about the existential crisis he's having about the fact that AI can do everything anymore, including music, right? And he almost in a moment of defiance. He's like, "I'm taking my song out, and we're gonna finish this thing. Take that, AI." And he reached out to his friend who he also works with because he's music director for Human Nature. So he reached out to Andrew Tierney, who writes music on the regular, and says, "Hey, I got this song. Would you take a look at it? Give me, tell me what you think. What can we do to sharpen this thing?" So Andrew gave a little bit of input, finished it off, and then brought it on Sunday, Pentecost, not for the fact that it was like hot off the presses and Robbie's like, "Well, I'm just doing my song." I mean, that's the wrong reason to do things. And Robbie's not that guy at all, ever.
Right.
But that whole "I will answer your call" is all about that invitation of Pentecost. So that's why thematically it was inserted of, the Spirit calls us and invites us into a greater mission, and will we respond to that, right? So that's why the placement of the song, of the invitation into what God is up to in the world. So,
Yeah.
but I just appreciate it. And of course, when on this past week, when I said, "Hey, let's use that for broadcast," Robbie cringed. He just like, well, it's fine, man. I like it. Let's use it, right?
Let's use
So, but that's Robbie's spirit. Often really humble about stuff, and
but I love it. I
appreciate
love
that.
it when somebody has something they want to share.
Yep.
And able to get that out.
So we appreciate that very much. So look at that first line: calling all thirsty and hungry, calling all timid and weak. And right off the bat, Isaiah 55. Would you have a hard time believing, Pastor Brian, that when Robbie asked me back 5 years ago or so, what are some of my favorite verses or chapters, I might have said Isaiah 55 to him?
I can believe that.
You can believe that?
I can believe that. Yep.
Because that's usually the first one. If somebody just kind of off the cuff says, "What's your favorite?" I'll go look at Isaiah 55, and the whole chapter is really good. I mean, just it personally resonates with me. So he really took that to heart, because his opening line comes from Isaiah 55 verse 1. "Come all who are thirsty, come to the waters, and you who have no money, come buy and eat." And in that, there's that really weird thing that it's, you who have no money, come buy and eat. That's almost a paradox, right?
Right.
But I've come to understand that is a different way of saying something of great value is free to you. Something, if you have to buy it, it means it has value, but you get it for free. And that really is obviously the definition of grace, something that has great value, but it is given to you for free.
Right.
And if you want that, and we think about the waters, we think about the waters of the Spirit. And then later on it talks about, even food without cost, that God wants to feed us and fill us. And that is that invitation to come and be filled with the Spirit of God, which you can't put a monetary price on it, but it's everything. At least for the Christian, it is everything.
Yeah.
And so the invitation is made for us to step into a deeper relationship with God. Come all who are thirsty. If life isn't fulfilling you, if life isn't giving you satisfaction, if life isn't filling you to the brim, here's an alternative for you. Turn to God and he is offering something for free, but you can come by and eat, but it's free. So what a beautiful.
Yeah. Looking for something different than the world, because we're all looking for something, searching for something,
right.
and the world has its options, but this is saying something deeper here.
It is, and some search for meaning, some search for pleasure, some search for a little bit of contentment in life. We all search for different things, and maybe even different parts of our lives, right? Depending on the season we're in, and God says, no matter what you're hunting for, if you've done that and it's left you wanting, the invitation is, okay, turn to me and let's see if this won't fulfill everything you've ever wanted.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so what a great invitation for us. And then if you backed up a chapter, later in the song it says, though the mountains may fall and the hills be removed, I'm ready and willing to answer your call. Well, not Isaiah 55, but Isaiah 54.
Yeah. We go back to, in verse 10, it says, though the mountains be shaken and the hills be removed, yet my unfailing love for you will not be shaken.
God calls us even when other things get in the way, even when life is traumatic, the mountains be shaken. That would be a traumatic moment in anyone's life if you're living near the mountains, that's for sure. But yet God's like, I'm going to show up even when everything seems uncertain. Because, you would think, mountains, they're going to last forever, but if they're shaking and coming apart, so it's as if to say, even when your entire life feels like it's on rocky ground or shaky ground, the invitation is come and stand on the rock,
Yeah.
the rock of your foundation, which is Christ. We covered that in the end of the Sermon on the Mount. We've talked about that a little bit, and Jesus invites us to not only hear what he has to say, but he's like, put it into practice. And that person is like one who builds their house on a solid rock of a foundation, so that when the storms do come, the house stands. And so there's that invitation that even when life seems shaky, uncertain, even afraid, fearful, right? That God's like, come and be with me, and stand next to me, and I will give you something to lean on. And I think that's super comforting for those of us who at times are at wit's end or frazzled,
Yeah.
or even a little trepidatious about the future. We need to hear that invitation again and again that, things might fall apart, but there's one place that is unshakable, and that is in the arms of God, or having faith in God and trust in that.
Amen to that.
Now, if we go to the very end of the Bible, in Revelation 22, and we really hear this another invitation about, come. And so in Revelation 22, the Spirit and the bride, that is the church, say, come. And let the one who hears say, come. Let the one who is thirsty come. And let the one who wishes to take the free gift of the water. And let the one who wishes to take the free gift of the water come as well. Mm-hmm. And so we hear that invitation again and again and again. And I guess to me, Pastor Brian, is sometimes I wonder if people think the stuff we talk about
Yeah.
is too good to be true. So therefore, it's false.
We do talk a lot about good news in a world that doesn't feel like it's always filled with good news.
Right.
Yeah.
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 And that it's more that people perceive this message as pie in the sky versus something you can really lean into. And and faith is, if nothing else, it's an internal thing. It's not an external thing. I mean, you can live it out where people see your faith, but it begins inside. And as you point out, if we look at world events externally, It's the big let's flush this one down and move on, right?
And move on.
Yeah. So externally, it feels like, well, even if you're talking about this, it doesn't make a difference. Well, everything begins on the internal journey first. You have to know who you are, who you belong to, what you stand for, long before anything in the world changes. And maybe it doesn't even change, but you have to know your own footing if you're going to make it through. Otherwise, Paul talks about it in Ephesians that, you are pushed to and fro like the waves of the ocean by every wind of doctrine. And so until you get things sorted out here, then everything external is going to have some sort of larger effect on you than when you don't have kind of a grounding. When you have a grounding, that stuff still may affect you, but not to the extent of. So if there is a skepticism to anything that we talk about, not just today, but just like in general, then, my encouragement is you got to do the internal work first, receive that grace first internally. Think about what and chew on what do you believe and what is most important, and internalize that so that you will be stronger externally. And so I think it's the inner journey that is where it begins. And then once that inner journey is set, then you're the one, and I'm the one, and you're the one who starts making a difference externally. But I think it all begins here.
Yeah. And it takes a little bit of reflection to be able to do that and to notice that and to live into that and follow that spirit.
I can't help it when Jesus said, he's like, some people will say, there is the kingdom of God, or here it is. And he's like, don't believe him. He said, the kingdom of God is
within you,
right? And so when we think about world events and regional events and the disappointments of our individual lives, to help fortify yourself, it begins with what's going on inside of you. And where's your faith journey there? And what's your response to it? And what do you believe? And hold on to that. Because the invitation to receive grace is already out there, so that once you can open your heart enough to receive it, asking God to help you to receive it, then you start putting yourself on solid ground.
Yep.
So anyways, we're glad that you've joined us today. We hope you have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the cool weather, because that is, in this day and age in Las Vegas, is a passing fancy.
Yes, we only get so many of these.
That's right.
Yeah.
We went walking last night, and I said to Rachel, because we take, J-Dog out for a walk every night now to wear up.
Yeah.
I said, I thought a cool evening walk was behind us now until November. And she said, me too. She said, but just enjoy it while we got it.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
But yeah, so enjoy that weather, even if that just means cracking your patio door, opening a window for a little bit. Do that and get some of that fresh air in the house. But join us this weekend, whether online or in person. We'd love to start talking about the book of Galatians and have you hear about what that means. And, whether that's Saturday night, 5 o'clock, Sunday morning, 8, 9:30, or 11, all Pacific time, we'd love to see you.
And some online tickets still available for Fifth Sunday?
And there's a Fifth Sunday show on Sunday, 2 o'clock Pacific time. What's going to happen is we're going to record it, but we're not live streaming it.
Right.
So, but you can watch it after the fact, because we've had some issues with trying to be live in the moment, because it's a different system than our church stuff. If we were just doing it from our church stuff, we could do it. But we've realized it's better to record it and then upload it. So you won't get to watch it live in the moment, but there are tickets to watch it like a pay-per-view event.
Yes. Great.
So there too. So anyways, have a great rest of your day. We love you. Take care. God bless you. And Philip, will you play us out?